Hi everyone, thanks for watching my previous videos. In my earlier session, I have covered first two topics. Today I am going to discuss on configuration files management. There are four default configuration files in Postgres. One is pg_hba.conf, the second one is postgresql.conf, third one is pg_ident.conf, fourth one is start.conf. Start.conf is only available and applicable for Debian and Ubuntu servers. pg_hba.conf file controls the network authentication and authorization between your DB server and application servers. Following example shows a pg_hba.conf entries which I am going to use in my demos. To allow non-local connections, you need to add more host records. These are the host records which I am going to use. Okay, here the DB1 stands for the database name and the user Sam is PostgreSQL DB user. The address which I am showing here is related to my backup server, and the address which I am showing here is related to my application server, and MD5 is the password authentication method. The last entry I am going to use in my demo 2. Here the method I am using is ident. Let me move to the next slide. Here I am going to discuss about postgresql.conf parameter file. It is a server configuration file where we will define all the parameters. All the parameters are case insensitive and can be set at instance level or database level or session level using the below commands. You can check the parameters whatever you set in pg_settings view. Below are the parameters which I am going to use in my demo 1. The next configuration file is pg_ident.conf. It is used with Postgres ident based authentication. When using an external authentication systems like ident or GSS API, the name of the operating system user that initiated the connection might not be same as the database user he needs to connect as. In this case, a username map can be applied to map the operating system user to a database user. In my demo 2, the operating system user called as demo user, which is present in my backup server, is going to connect to the database using Postgres user called Sam. In order to achieve, I will make an entry in pg_ident.conf as shown below. I will try to cover as many as database parameters in my new video. Okay, let me move to my demo 1. Let me explain what I am trying to do here. I have 3 servers. First one is application server which is running on Windows. Second server is backup server which is running on Linux. The third server is DB server which is also running on Linux. I have 2 network interfaces in my DB server. The first network interface I am going to allocate dedicatedly for app server. The second one I am going to use dedicatedly for my backup server. In ideal scenario, network interfaces will have different network segments, whereas for my demo purpose I am using the same network segment like 192.168.0, 192.168.0. Okay, and these are all the 4 important points which need to be taken care in order to achieve the connectivity between application server and DB server as well as backup server to DB server. Let me show the firewall status in my DB server. Let me go to my DB server. Okay, here I have opened the firewall for port number 22 only. So let me show the connectivity between my application server to DB server. Okay, this is a PowerShell window and this is the command I'm going to use. Okay, this test is success. Let me try with other port, that is 5434, and I have not opened the firewall in my DB server, so definitely it should fail. As I said, the test is not successful. Okay, let me go to my DB server to open the firewall rule for 5434. Before that, let me show what are all the clusters running in this server. Okay, there are 3 clusters running in this server, so I am going to use this particular cluster. Okay, that is the reason why I am going to open firewall rule for 5434. Okay, I have opened firewall rule for 5434. Let us check the status. Okay, now the firewall rule is defined. Let me go to my DB server, application server, and check the status again. This test is also not success because I have not defined entries in pg_hba.conf and postgresql.conf file. Let us move to my DB server. Okay, go to configuration files location, first define in hba.conf file. Since it is a non-local connection, you need to add an extra record in host records. Okay, here I need to define, copy, paste, .192.168.113. This is my application server. Okay, then go to postgresql.configuration file, define the address over here. It should not be localhost, it should be your DB server IP address, that is 192.168.0.111. Let me restart the cluster. I have restarted the cluster. Let me go to my application server and check the status of the connectivity. Now it is success. The next final one is user management. That is nothing but we need to create a user in DB level. For this demo purpose, I created a user called Sam and the database name called DB1. Okay. For complete user management, I will cover in my next video. Let me go to PG admin utility. Actually, I have installed PG admin utility on my Windows server. Okay, let me add demo and the IP address of my server. port is 5434. Database, I already have DB1 database, and the user is going to be Sam. Okay. Okay. Let me log in again. Okay. Super. So with this, let me show this bit is over. Now I will take care about this bit. Okay. Since firewall rules open for 5434 and I need to define the rest like pg_hba and postgresql.conf to allow my barman server to connect to DB server with the IP address 192.168.0.110. Okay, let me go to my barman server. Let me see whether I have connectivity here to my DB server with port 22. Yes, it is working fine. Now let me check for the port 5434. As I said, I have not defined in pg_hba.conf and postgresql.conf. Let me do that work and I will come back to here. Sorry. Okay. You need to add one more record under host record. Just YYP. Okay, I have defined all. Okay, let me change it to DB1. Because I want to connect to DB1 alone with SAM user. Not all. Okay. And the IP address of my barman server is 117. Done. Next, go to postgresql.conf. I need to add the IP address of another network interface. That is 0, not 9. Let me restart my cluster. Okay, restarted by the restarted my cluster. Then go to my backup server. See, now the connectivity is there. Okay, let me go to Postgres user. Let me connect PLSQL -192.168.0.110-p as 5434 minus u as SAM minus d db1. Okay, it's connected to db1. With this, my demo 1 is completed. Let us move on demo 2. So let me explain what I'm trying to do in my demo too. Okay, I have couple of servers here. One is backup server, another one is DB server. Okay, now I would like to connect using OS user, like demo user, to the database as SAM user. As I mentioned below, this package is mandatory. Okay, let me install this package on my backup server. Okay, the installation is over. Let me enable the service. Even after my system restarts, the service should come automatically. Okay, let me start. Started. Let me see the status. Okay, it's up and running. Let me create a user called demo user. Okay, so far what I did here is, like, in my backup server I installed a package called ident. Okay, and I created one user called demo user. Let me go to my DB server for rest of the configuration. Okay, let me go to pg ident.conf, come to end, demo user -sam, OS user is demo user, database username is SAM. Good. Now I need to add entry in under pg_hba.conf. Go to host record because it is a non-local connection, right? Copy, paste. The method should be ident map is equal to demo user -sam, whatever I defined in pg_ident.conf. Previous entry as I used in demo 1, this is not necessary. Let me come out and reload the cluster. Restart is not necessary as and when you are doing any changes in pg_hba.conf. Only required for few parameters when you are changing in postgresql.conf. Go to my backup server. Let me log in as demo user. Okay, now port is 5434, user as SAM, host as 192.168.0.1. 0.110 DB name is DB1. Okay, see, it has not asked for the password, it directly connected to the database. It has been connected with OS authentication. Okay, with this I am done with my demos. If you like my session, please like, share and subscribe. Also provide your comments, okay, so that I will review and I will come back to you. Thank you.